Only a few days left in November, and I regret to inform you we are losing the sub battle against the Eagles. Now, good news is we get the extra game this month playing on Thursday Night Football, but we need to make up some ground. If you want more free Dallas Cowboys YouTube videos, you've come to the right spot. Hit that sub button right now. The Cowboys' final practice of the week is over, and the injury designations are out for Thursday's game against Seattle. First up, Jayron Kearse was a full participant the past 2 days. He recovers from his back injury. He is good to go against Seattle. Rico Dowdle had been limited all week until Wednesday. Upgraded to full as expected. No designation for Dowdle. He will also play against Seattle. In what was a bit of a surprise to me, since most players don't clear protocol in a week, Tyrus Wheat seemingly has been able to do so. Was a DNP on Monday and then full the past 2 days, so no more injury stash conspiracy theory from me. Wheat is a cleared player as well. On the inside of the defensive line, Mazi Smith was never going to have an injury designation. That was clear on Monday when he was full with his shoulder injury. That did not change throughout the week. He, too, is set to play. The two more interesting names, one that maybe caused some consternation. Dante Fowler missed the first 2 days of practice with illness, returned on Wednesday. So, again, good news here. He is going to be able to play. And the biggest one, Micah Parsons, sick on Tuesday. Might not end up being a flu game at all on Thursday. He practiced on Wednesday, so nothing to be too concerned about on that front. In fact, across the board, for every Cowboys player, there are no injury designations, no injury statuses. Everyone is set to be eligible to play at least against the Seattle Seahawks this week. So give me a score prediction then of the Cowboys and Seattle on Thursday Night Football. It'll be today's pinned comment. If the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. All right, over to Seattle's side here. I'll spend a little bit of time on this front. Phil Haynes already ruled out with his toe injury. Some offensive line depth impacted there for Seattle. Kenneth Walker III is doubtful to play with his oblique injury. He did not practice all week. He's not going to play. Drake Young is doubtful with an abdomen. He was limited all week. So I think he could play if they needed him to, but probably wouldn't be a go anyway. Leonard Williams and Will Dissly are both questionable. Both guys practiced on Wednesday, so I would think they play this upcoming week. And D. Eskridge, who didn't practice all week, is listed as questionable with a hip injury. That one, unlike Williams and Dissly, seemed to be more of the true questionable status. Let's also check in on Peyton Hendershot, who is eligible to return to the Cowboys at any point. Now, the Cowboys have an extra week. It's 21 days when he first practiced. That was back on November 16th when he returned. It's only been about 13 days, 14 for tomorrow. So they can wait the extra week if they want to. They do not have to designate, they don't have to bring back Hendershot yet. If they do, I would assume it would be at the cost of Sean McEwen getting released by this Cowboys team. Jake Ferguson, Luke Schoonmaker obviously aren't going anywhere. Fergie's tight end 1. Schoonmaker's tight end 2 is a decent-ish blocker and has upped his play of late. McEwen's been, he's tight end 3, right? He's not only been a great blocker as I normally think he's been, kind of been okay in that area. Does bring special teams value. I don't know if you're going to see Hendershot activated this week, although you can if you want to. So prediction time. Well, what happened? Y for yes, N for no. Sound off for me in the comment section right now. My suspicion here for Dallas is that they will try to buy some more time and wait. I think the timing of Hendershot's turn was not accidental. It was in the middle of that 3 games in 14 or 16 days, whatever it is, and then they could bring him back in the extra long period with their mini bye before they play Philadelphia. So my guess, I could be proven wrong tomorrow, if we'll have a short to update you guys on it, is that they will not activate Hendershot this week, and they will do it next week, and maybe, knock on wood if it doesn't happen, but knock on wood, if someone goes down, then they could put that player on IR and not run the risk of losing somebody via waivers. It is 2023, and it appears that we can't buy things anymore. We can only subscribe to them. There's subscriptions for everything these days. Streaming services to razors now, fitness programs, to pet food. Bacon of the month. Bacon of the month. It's weird. It's no wonder it can feel impossible to keep tabs on what you're paying for every month. So I'm a huge fan of Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills, all in one place. Over 5 million users and counting, Rocket Money has customers average of $720 a year and $1 billion in total savings so far. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and monitor your spending the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Cowboys. That's rocketmoney.com/Cowboys. Link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. As the Shaq Leonard saga kind of slowly turns into the Odell Beckham 2.0 saga, an update for you guys. Leonard wrapped up his visit with Dallas on Tuesday and wrapped up his visit with Philadelphia on Wednesday, both times leaving their respective team facilities without a signed deal. Leonard, it seems, will actually take his time and make a decision at some point over the weekend. This seems to be a two-team race right now. Minnesota, Denver had been linked, but he visited Dallas and Philadelphia, which makes sense. They are two of the teams in most need of a linebacker and two teams that are both contenders. So where do you think Leonard ends up signing? C for the Cowboys, E for the Eagles. Get those predictions in for me in the comments section. Does sound like he'll actually take a few days to make up his mind here. I do think, especially with Zach Cunningham already ruled out battling injury, I think the Eagles can offer a bigger playing time situation or a bigger role. And I think for Leonard, that might be the deciding factor. I don't think any team's going to throw him a multi-year deal right now. That makes no sense with being in almost December now. I do think for Leonard, you're trying to support for this year and also for next year. And there's a very real argument Philadelphia can do that because they have a bigger need at linebacker at this point. And that stinks because you'd like to upgrade your roster, upgrade your depth at linebacker, get a better LB3, LB2, whatever in there, and prevent your rival from doing one. That stinks. That ends up not happening. But it also is what it is. It's disappointing. It's not the end of the world. But damn, it's going to be annoying if he makes a play against you come December 10th. So join us for the Cowboys-Seahawks game on Thursday Night Football. We will be live for it. Hour and a half-ish before kickoff begins. Have some fun giveaways for you as well. And, of course, the game itself. YouTube.com/@CowboysTV. I did want to spend the today's show on Markquese Bell. Some weird narratives going on there around him as if in part of how it all ties into Shaq Leonard, etc. Markquese Bell moved from safety to linebacker amid injuries this year. The Cowboys' plan was to use him as a kind of safety, box safety, kind of different than the Jayron Kearse role. He was not going to start for this team until the injuries hit the linebacking core. That when DeMarvion Overshown went down, they went, okay, we're going to put Markquese Bell into the Overshown role. Then when Leighton Vander Esch went down, they went, okay, we're within at linebacker, we're going to start Markquese Bell. And although he does not have the typical linebacker build, Markquese Bell has been awesome this season at linebacker. The Cowboys have used him properly, tried to make life easier on him, i.e. not having him take on double teams. That's, it's credit to Dan Quinn there. He's been solid in run support. There are times I think he misses some gaps. I think his run support woes have been more of fits and angles than it has been, shedding block issues this year, which is where the size would come into play. Hasn't been the case this year. The coverage stats have been awesome. He's really good in coverage. He doesn't allow a bunch of yards after catch. He's always around the football. I have been very impressed with Markquese Bell at linebacker this year. And the PFF grades back this up. Damone Clark's at 70 flat. Markquese Bell up there at 84.6. Vander Esch and Rashaan Evans, neither that great, 65.5, 63.4. I would make the argument this year only, that Markquese Bell has been the best linebacker on the Dallas Cowboys. Do you agree with me? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Sound off in the comments section. 1 is a vote for yes, 2 is a vote for no. This idea that Markquese Bell isn't a true linebacker, and that's why they've had interest in Shaq Leonard, isn't really what's going on there. Because they have a true linebacker behind him. And by true, we mean like the 6'3", 230, 240-pound guy. Like the bigger, hulking linebackers who can fit the run, they can be those run stoppers. But the game has changed. You're in nickel constantly. So I've always had a soft spot for these guys, so it's my preferred player type bias, I guess. I love the undersized linebackers. Give me the speed that can flow to the ball and make plays on it there. Yes, Markquese Bell was lighter than almost any linebacker at the spot. Hasn't mattered. He's done a great job this year, especially against the pass. The Cowboys don't want Leonard to replace Bell. They want Leonard to add depth, to potentially replace Rashaan Evans. Because God forbid you lose one more guy, you have nobody else on your active roster. You're going to call it Malik Jefferson. It's not a great idea. And especially with this Cowboys team, to a certain extent, you do play some positionless football. It's not just Markquese Bell plays linebacker, former safety, right? How often do we see Jayron Kearse in the box? He spends a ton of time in there. Because that box safety, and it's been this way since like Roy Williams, the cover 3 era, right? That safety was a linebacker. When you were in nickel, you put the safety down in the box. That's how it works. So I think sometimes we get too caught up in position archetypes like 3-4-4-3 hasn't mattered in 15 years or maybe 10 years. I would not worry too much about Markquese Bell right now. He's been great. Adding depth and Leonard is fine. We'll see if it ends up happening, though.